Yeah. I'm kind of feeling this one. I'm kind of feeling it. Let me go ahead and share this to the people. I gotta share this to the people. To the people. Late night session. Late night session. It's been a very, very, very busy day. Very, very, very busy. All right, we got one. And then on the Facebook as well. And then we can get started. This guy. Fucking weirdo. All right, one more spot. Late night observe. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Welcome to part 4 of this series. Is it the right time to trade? Is it the right time to trade? Let's see. I actually had a pretty good idea from an observation I had yesterday. I think I saved it. I think I did. And maybe, I hope I saved it. I hope I did, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see. Auto backup. Did I save it? I don't think I did. Dang. Man, I should have saved that one. 11.6. Maybe if I sort by created, maybe that'll show me. Well, while I figure that out, let me go ahead and set this up so that we can begin our study. And close no confirm. I don't know what this is, but this was recorded 2 days ago. So basically what we're going to be doing in this session is we're going to be asking the same question over and over again. Is it the right time to trade? So I recorded something a few days ago, and it's labeled as worthy to look at. So I want to show you what it looks like when the timing is right. Now, just because it can be the right time to trade doesn't mean that I am going to. There are very, I guess you could say, particular details that I wait for my series of demonstrations. So I'm going to play this video, and I don't know what it's going to look like, but just right off the bat, I can tell you that there's a big reason why I decided to even look at this. And let me break this down even before I press play. I don't remember anything about this binary. So a couple of things that I'll point out is the fact that we have everything inside of these two lines here. We have everything inside of what you call a zone. And then if you look right here, you see 2309, right? 2309 means that is the end of a binary. So we're going to bring in the clipboard here. Let's do a breakdown right from the jump. I don't think we need to be on here for a full hour to get our value. So let's just draw on it a little bit. So I want you to take note. Wait, can I not draw on it? Can I draw on this thing? Okay, yeah. I want you to look at that. Okay, that's the end of the binary, right? So let's just draw a line right here, and then we're going to draw a little square right here. All right, and this is the end of the binary. So anytime you see 4 or 9, that tells you that that's the end of the binary. So the market started inside of the zone at the top of the buy, and it ended right in the middle of the buy. And then this binary stayed inside of this buy position for the entire binary. Okay, so just from that, I can tell you without looking at this video that this is the right time to trade. The label of this video is called close no confirm. So let's find out exactly what happened with this binary. Let's move this out of the way. Okay. First, let me just check back with the actual market, see if there's anything going on worth us looking at. And you know what? We're kind of close. We're kind of close to something. So before I click play on that other one, let's just take a quick look and see how this one behaves. I guess I'll record it. Yeah, I'll record it. All right, so let's just run through this one here. We are all inside of one zone. Okay, let's gonna put our line there. We're the zone here. I like the way that this price is moving. Okay. It's at 1.5, and are we gonna confirm? Confirm means go to 1.6. Now the pricing is already a little bit out of where I would be interested in looking for a trade or an entry, but I would like to see if it at least gives me a confirmation. 1.6, that's a confirmation. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I want to see how this ends. But so far I really like the fact that all the movement is inside of this zone, right between these two lines. We did get a confirmation, and the market is ending inside of this buy position. The lowest point has been 1.4, 1.5, 1.4, 1.5. Okay. So actually, yeah, I probably should have taken that, but that's okay. We're just now hopping on. So that's actually really good. This is a really good observation. First observation of the night. So, but this is the right time to trade right now. Right now. This right here, this is it. So let's take a look at the other video. Take a look at the other video real quick. And let's see what was going through my head at that time. All right, so I'm looking at that price. Position is at 5.4. The pricing is okay. It's kind of in that threshold range, that pricing. So the position 5.5. See a sudden jump down to 6.9. Okay. 5.3, 5.2. I'm looking at the lowest point where the market's been inside of this position, which is 7.52. 7.53. All right, so looks like I'm waiting for it to go from 7.53 to 7.54, which would be the confirmation. Confirmation means that it's stair-stepping away from the strike, which is deeper into the position that it's in, which is a buy. And that's what I'm waiting for, and it doesn't happen. So let's just rewind it a little bit. Let's rewind it a little bit. And let's take it slow motion, okay? So I'm not gonna I'm not playing it in real time. I'm just going second by second. At 110, we have 5.4. The lowest point on this is 5. What was it? 5.3? 5.2. Okay. All right. So we're just going to analyze this thing. All right. 5.3, 5.2. Now we're on the floor. We're on the floor. 5.2, 5.2, 5.3. So actually, if we're really looking at this thing, this hindsight, this would have been the point to take the entry right here. So we did get the confirmation right under a minute at 59 seconds. Right there, boom, boom. So when the clock went from 59 to 58 seconds, that's when it confirmed. Now, let me look at the actual market. We need to dig more into that. Okay, so there's nothing happening with this market right here. So even though the market is in a good state of behavior, is this the right time to trade? No. And the reason why is because if you look at the lowest point of this position, this lowest point is inside of this zone. It says lowest 1.16409. 409 is inside of this sell position right here. So let me just go ahead and make you a rectangle. And everything inside of this rectangle, anything touching this rectangle, is considered to be a sell. So this market, even though it's above this line, its position is committed to two places: the buy on this side and the sell on this side, which means that that's where it can land at any time. So let me just go ahead and show you guys what the difference is. All right, this is the buy. So we'll change the color of that to green, and then we'll put this up here. Bam, like that. And that's how we have it. The sell positions are bigger than the buy positions because the sell position is at and below, whereas a buy position is above only. So what I mean by that is, on these strikes here, let's just say for the sake of argument, this candle here ended on this line right here, on the line, on this line here, kind of like what this did. In that case, it would go to the sellers, because the seller's position is anything below this number here, 1.6411. If it goes below that at 1.6410, it belongs to the sellers. So going back to this example here, let's go ahead and play it one more time. We see that the market is in the buy position the entire time. I'm just kind of fast forwarding through it. Okay. All right. So in my mind, I'm going to tell you what's going on with each second. Okay. This is exactly what's going on through my head. At 1:15, I'm like, okay, this price is a little high. It's outside of my range, my threshold range. Sudden drop from 98 to 68 is deeply concerning for me. That's indicative of a sudden big burst of movement. So I'm going to automatically hesitate when I see big changes in price like that. All right. Let's move on to the next second. From 113 at 755, now I'm interested. I'm like, okay, well, maybe the price is just readjusting. That's what I'm thinking. All right, but then once again, we creep into the 60s, so it has some ways to go in terms of going down. That's what I'm thinking. All right, it's still kind of floating in that 70s range. All right. $70, okay, great price ranging, but the problem that if you just listen to the past 10 seconds, I just saw two bouts of uncertainty, one with an out of range pricing right here at 115, and then that sudden movement down to 60, 68, and then we see downward movement. So the price is readjusting. So because the price is readjusting, typically what I personally do is I like to give the market a few seconds inside of the minute to confirm that it's going to stay where it's at. And between 59 and 58, there is, for me, doesn't mean that it wasn't the right time, but for me, I was not comfortable with that movement without some type of follow through beyond that. But but the question remains, is this the right time to trade? And the answer is yes. This was the right time to trade. I should have taken this trade. I understand why I didn't. But if we were just being straight robotic with this process, which is what I'm still working to do, that trade should have been executed. So keep this. Yeah, we're going to keep that. All right, so let's continue our observe analysis. And we're going to set our positions right where they need to be. This sell goes here. The buy is right here. Scoot it on down. We see the market going against the sellers. It's in the seller's position. We see a sudden jump from 1.9 to 5. So that makes me think that the market's going to boost up. Then it's settling back down into the seller's price. So I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of uncertainty at minimum. There's some uncertainty. The price could be adjusting, but it also could be uncertain. I don't like those two possibilities, so I leave it alone automatically. Another thing that I'm keeping track of is how high the market did get in the position that it's in. And it has stayed inside so far of the seller's position. This green candle here, having gone as high as 1.6450, if I see the market go above 6450, even if it doesn't stay above 6450, that means that it will have broken that position, or at least violated the integrity of that position, which means that it's not fully committed to that position. But in this case, the market it approached the top of and stayed inside of the seller's position. So if it comes back into this area again, let's say it bounces down and bounces back up, then I'm going to be a little bit more interested in that as an opportunity. But we have plenty of time to determine that. I want to go back to really... Hey, what's good, Chris? I want to go back to this example here, because this one's actually really important, not just for y'all, but also for me. I'm using this as my own training. If we want to automate the trigger when it comes time to execute, we've got to become second nature at recognizing when the time is right. No matter how you feel, don't matter how you feel. It's just a matter of recognizing, is it the right time or not? And so I'm using myself as a guinea pig. And let's just take a quick look at this. Again, I'm looking at it at that window of opportunity. For me, it's about 2 minutes, a minute and a half. I like the pricing right now. Right now, I don't. Right now, I do. Right now, I do. Right now, now I don't. Now I'm suspicious. Now I'm suspicious again. I think it might be readjusting. Okay, it looks like it might be recalibrating. I need to see it confirm back. I'm looking for 4. Boom. Okay, I'm going to pause it. So right at the beginning of that minute, it did move to 3. At many times when a new minute starts, the position will shift like that too. So with that being the case, I understand why I hesitated. The big shift in pricing, and then right at the beginning of that new minute, the market changed its position. But what I thought was a position change that needed another confirmation was the confirmation. And seeing everything move inside of this zone, everything move within a 1 position range of movement. Like even this is 1 position range of movement right here. This big candle, that's 1 position of movement. It doesn't, I think, let me see. It's at the top of the buy and it goes into the buy. So this is really a great example of me kind of hesitating when I should have responded with an execution, with a trigger. I understand, like I said, there's reasons why I didn't, and I hope you guys understand why I didn't, because of specifically 1 minute, 15 seconds. I did not like that. Here, let's pause here. Let's look back here. Let's ask the same question. Is it the right time to trade? And the question or the answer is, well, we can get the answer just by looking at what position the market's in. So what position is the market in? The market is in 2 positions. It's here, 29 all the way up to 34. So this candle right here is in 2 different positions. And then it's also in this seller's position. So that means at any point in time, it can chill. It can rest here in the sell position, but it also has every right to go back into its buy position, its buy point too. And that pricing is staying nice and liquid for me and anyone else who's interested in taking a chance on it. But am I going to take a chance? No. Why? Because it's not the right time. I need the market to be in 1 position, and that's it. For the product that we're doing, it has to stay in 1 position. And look at this. See, is it gonna go? All right, there you go. Anybody that bought into this, it landed back into the buyer's position. So that's why you don't mess with those. I don't mess with, even if it just touches another position, I don't mess with it. This right here, this is something that you want to mess with typically. But why did I not mess with it? Again, look at that 115 right there. And then right after that, boom. That's it. From 9 to 6, big recalibration. Doesn't mean that it's bad. That just means, for me, it causes hesitation. So, and then again, I did get a confirmation from 59 to 58. Or hold on. Yeah, from 59 to 58. I personally just wanted a follow through confirmation from 53 to 54, and I did not get that. But I did have about 5 seconds to decide. You see that? Eight seven. That's an opportunity to get in. I'm still waiting for that additional follow through confirmation that we did not get. And then bam. Okay. Now it violated its floor, because if you look back here, I'm looking for its lowest point, and I find the lowest point is at 752. It did violate its floor in the very last second. That would make me very nervous. I need that floor to stay respected the entire time. So that would make me a little nervous, but again, the timing was right. So the timing dominated the position and it kept it where it was at. Let's go back here into the live market. All right. So, whoops. Okay, so in the live market, is this the right time to trade? Is this the right time to even look at a binary right now? You tell me. And I don't know if I'm lagging behind by 17 seconds like I was last time, but you tell me, based on what you see, is it the right time to trade? Is it the right time to consider a trade? Let's bring up the ticket. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna save that one. All right. Let's keep an eye. All right, so we're at the top of the sell. I'm seeing that price pretty high, very liquid. We're probably gonna touch the buy. Big jump from 5 to 1. I'm not really liking how the price is jumping. I like how it's moving right now. A little back and forthy. It's like it behaves and then it misbehaves, then it behaves, then it misbehaves. These sudden jumps. So this leads me to believe that it'll stay in the sell. But why am I not clicking in? Well, let's look at it. Okay, the highest point in here is inside of the sell. The highest touch here is inside of the sell. Highest point here, inside of the sell. Highest point here, inside of the sell. Highest point here, all up in the buy. So this is what keeps me out here. This is what tells me that it's not the right time for me. Doesn't mean that this is always going to be the case. Like there are scenarios where the market starts in a buy and goes into the sell, and that's called continuation. But in this case, we have tight movement. We're talking, let's see, the highest point on here. If we were to look at this just as its own position, highest point, lowest point. Let's see what the micro pip difference is here. So we're talking about 1.16. So this is 421. 434. So this is the 13 micro pip. So it's two positions anywhere you put it. This rectangle right here is two positions of movement. It's a little bit wide, but it's also tight. It's not continuous like that. This would be something like continuous, seeing some movement like that, you know. And it's not locked in within one position. It is a two position. It's a tight two position range of movement, but it's still two positions. So from that perspective, and for the product that I'm looking to demonstrate, that's not the right timing for me. I need for the market's range of movement to establish at one position. Let me take that example that I recorded. That was the first observation of the night. Was this it? No, that's not it. $118. Where is it? This is it. I think this is the one we just looked at. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna put this as MRMH. Good movement. Okay, let's get that 1.6. Pricing a little out of range, but let's see if we get that 1.6. I'm pointing out the price. This happened at the beginning of the trend. This is the first binary that we saw when I hopped on. This is high. Okay, bam. So I want to get Mark's feedback on this, but what's your guys' feedback on this one here? Let's go back to the real market. All right, so we are creeping up on the last few seconds before the minute mark. And we don't have pricing on either side of this equation. I like how it's moving in that there's not a lot of wicks, but for this binary, it didn't even come within range of there being an opportunity. This one right here, this one, if I had been observing already, it's a good chance that I'd take this. The only reason why I did not, two reasons. First of all, it doesn't mean it's not the right time. I'm still not executing at the right time I'm not executing every time I see the right time. I'm getting there though. But what was it? Okay, let me show y'all what kept me out. I'm like, okay, all right. Now this doesn't keep me out. I'm just like, it hasn't confirmed and it's already heading out of the threshold range. But let me keep looking. Okay, now it's completely, I was way out of the threshold range. Way out of the threshold range. I'm like, okay. All right, well. But that's what kept me out there. Doesn't mean that I should have stayed out. I'm just telling you that's what kept me out. I like to see the confirmation happen like that from 1.5 to 1.6. And I still would like to see some form of pricing near the low 90s, high, or ideally mid 80s. Mid $8 range is what I'd like to see. Those are the demonstrations I'm trying to build. So there's a little bit of extra pickiness on my part, and that pickiness may not be necessary, but that's the reason why I did not mess with this trade. So let's go back here, and we see that the market looks like it's establishing itself inside of this zone, which I do like, but we have plenty of time left in the binary. So let's give the market the time it needs to show us more information. But right now, 46 is its highest point. Based on this number right here, it should break that, and that's what it just did. And we're going to set our positions as 1. Two. Cool. All right. Keep an eye on it. So right now it's touched the very, very top of the sell. I'm not a fan of touching the very, very edge of buy, or, very, very floor of the buy, which is at 1. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I'm just saying these are things that make me like, I'd like a little bit more cushion. For sales, I don't personally like when the market's touch point, when the market's established floor, or in this case, ceiling, is right on the line like it is right now. This is at 50, 450. That means that there's no buffer. There's no cushion there in the event that the market kind of breaks that ceiling. But let's record it and take a look. Okay, so right after the recorder started, we already escaped the pricing range, that threshold, that 20% margin threshold. I need the market to at least show me that there's 20% margin. It doesn't mean that it needs to be there when I click in. I just need for the market to show me inside of my observation window that the 20% margin is there. That's 2 on the sell side. That's 8 on the buy side. At least show me. So there's really no point in keeping this recording. I'm gonna just go ahead and turn it off. Gotta do my Spanish too. Gotta do my Espanol. Okay, let me see if I can find another example. Copy. I'm going to share this to the group here. Let's see. Got another MRMH here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, established floor at 4. 4, 4. Okay. Okay, it broke the floor. Now it's at 2. So that's a red flag in my mind. All right, I would like for it to confirm at 5 because the floor is at 4. But it violated the floor. Now I made a new floor. I think this is the one. Did I enter on this one? Yeah, so this is probably going to like reinforce a rule that I set but when I first started this project, which was that if I see that cushion there and I see that one position of movement and I see a confirmation with that pricing showing me, I have to click in, because that's basically, if I'm talking about like fear of missing out or anything like that, which you shouldn't do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That's about $1,000 that my kind of hesitancy has cost me. Now, the reason why I say that's a bad idea is because a bad idea to think that way is because, well, you may, now you're out there looking for opportunities and you're more eager to jump into something that you don't need to be jumping into. So I'm using these different examples just to kind of fine tune my own skill, So I'm like, okay, well, when I'm thinking about it, that's the part. You don't want to overthink this skill. It's just, all right. So in this case, all right. So the top, we are in one zone. We're still in one zone. Let's record this one here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, I like the pricing. I like how this is moving here. I'd like to see this go up to 5. I like to see this go up to 5. And I'm in it. We've got the confirmation. All right, no feel on it. So let's review it. So we've got a trigger pulled but no feel. Okay, let's take a look. Good incrementality in the movement. You see how it's moving in a kind of tight range? Now at this point, I'm going to pause it here. It is outside of the threshold, okay? I'm looking for it to confirm because for the past few examples, I've let those pass by, but more so, I know that the market is locked into where it's at, but I also subconsciously know that it's a good chance I may not get filled because the market has already, the pricing has already gone past my margin threshold, but that's okay. I may get filled. Still waiting for that confirmation. Bam. No hesitation. Bam. All right, so we know that you're not always going to get filled, you know, and that's just a part of it. So we'll save this. And put no fill. All right, we have about 3 more binaries. I mean, I could stay up later, but I don't think I will. So in this case, this binary is kind of a wash because it started in this position and it's entering into this position, but it ain't establishing itself inside of the position. So it looks like it's transitioning somewhere. I'd like to see it finish its transition, reestablish itself somewhere by establishing a range of movement inside of that zone or inside of that position without violating another position. That tells me that it's reestablished. Right now, it's looking for somewhere else to be established. Oops, got rid of my music on accident. Got rid of my music on accident. What happened? All right. More interested to see how this one, because this one, this candle here is kind of standing still. So I'm interested to see if the market is done looking for a new spot. Will it set up shop inside of this buy? I don't know, but I'm interested to find out. We got plenty of time. So kind of just chill here for a bit. Just relax. Miguel y Rebecca nunca estudian. All right, had to get that Spanish done. Probably got to step it up a notch, but whatever. At least you're doing it. All right, so it looks like it's still in the it's still searching for where it wants to establish itself. I like the way that the market overall is moving, though. We did take an entry, it's just we didn't get filled on it, but it's all good. Sometimes it happens. But yeah, in this case, we've gone from the buyer's position here through the seller's position here. And then now we're at the very top of the buyer's position here. So we've moved 3 positions. We've touched 4 positions. So the market is in transition. Can't really do anything with the transition with the type of income building product that I collect. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we got something with this. We'll record it. Yeah, the price is still moving. It's more continuous than it is positional. All right, I got one more binary enemy. And then I'm calling it a night, baby. I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to settle into its next spot, but I don't want to speculate too much. We'll look. I'm finna go get my toothbrush. Yeah, no, this ain't gonna do nothing. I think we've had some really good. Fine, I'll still look at it. I'm being impatient. I'm gonna let this one finish. I'm gonna let it finish. It's gonna bust right through here. Okay. I will record this one. Take a look at it. Nah. Nope. No, sir. All right, so I think that'll summarize it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. But I think this one's really good. This video here, I'm definitely gonna go back and look at it. So got some good stuff in this one for sure. All right, we're wrapping it up. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, we're wrapping it up. So, till next time. Peace.